Have you ever found yourself saying the same thing over and over? Hope your spouse finally hears you. Maybe it's I need more dates. Or could you put your phone down and just talk to me? You love them, but sometimes you feel invisible when real life gets busy.
And sometimes it's not about what you ask. It's about how often you have to ask. And if you're the one being asked, it's easy to think, why she always be on me about this? But what if those little acts is actually a chance for you guys to connect?
Welcome back to another episode of Visions of Love and Marriage Beyond the Vows. I'm Tonya and I'm joined by my wonderful husband, Lamont.
Lamont?
Oh.
Hey, can I say my
name? Can I say your name? Which brings us to what we're talking about today. But first, we are so glad you're here hanging out with us again. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Here, Lamont and I are all about helping couples get real, get better, and grow together, creating those healthy relationships that we need, starting from dating into marriage and beyond the vows, without losing themselves along the way.
Because we understand what is not transformed will be transferred to the next generation, and we can't have that.
We just can't.
And you can't have that.
That's right.
Because you're the one listening to this podcast, so you're in charge, because now you know, you're aware, so you're in charge to take your family, take your generation, and make a change.
That's right.
Be the man in the mirror, as Michael Jackson said.
I was just finna say that.
You want to look at it. You want to make a difference. Take a look at yourself and make a change.
Yeah.
And so today, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about one of the biggest things that's going on right now that will be even worse in the next 2 months, and that is nagging. Some people call it nagging, other people call it needing. Either way, there's a nagging epidemic going on right now.
Yeah.
People are frustrated.
Yeah, they're frustrated. And I know a lot of husbands ask, why does she keep asking for the same thing over and over? That's because you ain't bought that turkey. What that turkey? Does that sound like nagging? No, it's not nagging. It's a need.
Yeah, it's a need.
I need my turkey. Okay, so let's hop on in. What a great time to have this conversation.
Yeah, during the holidays, things be more extra frustration.
Yes. So nagging is a major issue in marriages, even more so frequently than money, fights, and infidelity.
Yeah. Couples who experience persistent nagging patterns are twice as likely to argue weekly compared to those who communicate openly. So communication takes the nagging out of relationships.
Yeah,
some of the nagging out.
Yeah, we always say communication is key, and it really is. But we do understand that some folks just don't know the difference between nagging and needing and how to communicate that. So this slide. So let's discuss the significant impact nagging can have on a relationship, because it often leads to increased conflict and tension. Now, if you take a look at this visual here, look at the woman. She's frustrated. She talking to her husband, and he looking at his phone,
distracted,
reinforcing that problematic dynamic that's gonna rise.
Yep.
Because that's, he finna say she got nagging behavior.
Yeah,
and she about to get him.
Yeah, and oftentimes they're not. It's not because one person or both parties are being unattentive to the house. They there, but they unattentive to the house.
Yeah.
And sometimes that unattentiveness is caused by us, meaning we don't ask for help enough.
Yeah.
So when you don't ask for help enough, people will assume you got it.
Yeah. And a good way to think about things too is because you said it perfectly, saying they're not attentive to the house. The house is not only the physical house. The house is also you as a person, your house.
Yeah.
You need your spouse to pay attention to your house.
House.
That's right. These are statistic and research findings that are related to communication patterns in relationships. The first statistic shows that 80% of couples experience demand withdrawal patterns, which can be damaging to the relationship.
So what do you think they mean by withdrawing patterns? Put that in the chat, guys. So what I think they mean by withdrawing patterns, people start withdrawing stuff.
Withdrawing like sex
Intimacy
or
is one of the first
intimacy.
things to go
Mm-hmm.
when conflict of this, when nagging and about chores and different stuff around the household is
Mm-hmm.
present.
Mm-hmm.
Intimacy is going to be the first things to go.
Yeah, man, I tell you, a man sure got a way of making that woman just shrink.
Yeah.
She like, I'm trying.
Drop.
Baby, pat her down here. I can't have it. Yeah, so intimacy.
Intimacy, and that
Yeah.
comes from not being attentive on the house.
Yeah. Both houses.
Both houses.
House. All right, so again, that's 80% of couples experience demand withdrawal patterns, which can be damaging to the relationship. And the next statistic indicates the communication skills training can lead to a 65% reduction in nagging patterns, which is an important finding because
65%.
Yeah, 65%. Well, look at there, just by having some communication skills training.
And the crazy thing is, like they said, nagging is is up there with cheating and everything else. So 65, and I hear a lot of men say 70% of women filed for divorce, and they say 65% of nagging could be reduced if people learn to communicate. People file for divorce because people don't know. Oh, this is the ricochet effect of not being able to communicate. So just learning how to communicate properly your needs and wants to your partner effectively without criticism, without blame, will reduce the conflict in your relationship by 65%. Will reduce the nagging in your relationship by 65%. That's a big number.
It is. So how much does your marriage or your relationship really mean to you? Do it mean more than that vacation you taking next year? Do it mean more than those shoes you gonna buy? We need to invest more.
Yeah.
Communication skills training can lead up to a 65% reduction in
It's worth the investment. It's worth to spend money on things. If you want your relationship to last, it's worth to invest a little money on some communication skills.
Yeah.
So if you investing years in a relationship, but you want to invest a couple of $100 inside some sometimes it's free.
Yeah.
But to get in detail, you got to pay on some communication skills to help your relationship reduce the nagging by 65%.
Yes, because if you continue the nagging, your relationship will not be healthy, and ultimately, I guarantee you, to be the demise of your relationship.
And that goes to the third statistic. Demonstrates that communication patterns can predict relationship outcomes with 93% accuracy. This from the Gottman research highlights that the critical role of communication in relationship is pivotal.
Yeah.
So 93.6%. If you guys cannot communicate what your needs and wants is in a relationship effectively, then you got a 90% rate of your relationship failing. And
if you still having those issues with the nagging and stuff, then you can go ahead and like predict your own relationship. If you don't get it right, you see that chance.
Yeah.
That's a big
So why
number.
take a vacation, build a memory of something that ain't gonna last?
Right.
Crazy. But people do, man. I hope you're not one of those fools, man.
Boo-boo the fools, as my baby say. Okay, so the image on the slide shows a warm, intimate scene of a couple in the kitchen. The woman has a hopeful, expectant expression as she looks at her partner. The title, What She's Really Saying, suggests that the slide is about understanding the deeper meaning behind a woman's request or statements.
Yeah. There's two different things. Sometimes it's a request, or sometimes she's making a statement.
And take a look at the 3 speech bubbles. It highlights common things a woman might say, but the underlying meaning is a desire for connection and partnership, not control. Understand that.
When a woman makes a repeated request, what she's really longing for is to be seen. She wants you guys to be a team. She wants her partner to pay attention what's going on around the house. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, guys, here's the thing. Sometimes these little things, what people want, normally take a couple of minutes to actually attend to. Mm-hmm. Your woman asks you to pick up your stuff in the room or pick up your clothes or something. It don't take number 1 or 2 minutes. Somebody say, take out the trash and clean the kitchen. Don't take number 10, 15 minutes. And a lot of times we act like we don't have time to do things, but it's really a matter of, do you really love your partner? Do you really care about
your partner
enough to make her feel like she's being seen, like her work is not being in vain, or like they work? Because it go both ways. It's not just the man. I know we keep saying the man, but it's not just the man. It can be the women too.
Yeah, it can go either
but
way.
Mostly,
but most of the time, it's gonna be the man complaining about the woman nagging.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say about what you was just saying is that, it only takes 10, 15 minutes to do what you're being asked to do. So to tell her, I don't want to do it, or to be, not complying with what she asking you to do, it's gonna take a long time. It's gonna be a long argument. It's
you
gonna
probably
be a long night.
You probably gonna argue, about
so
it's gonna take long to argue about the thing than do the job.
Yeah, so just do the job.
And a lot of times, the time she asking you to do a thing that she asking you to do is gonna take a whole lot of time. And you guess what? You're gonna always want something in return.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not willing to give, then don't expect to get. And this is the gap right here that causes a relationship to grow apart, because one person expected something, other person expected something, then one person needs don't get met, then the other person needs don't get met. Yeah. It becomes a revolving door, a seesaw effect.
Yeah, the key point here is that her words often mask a deeper emotional need for closeness and understanding in the relationship. Yeah. So most of the time, the stuff that she's saying is surface level.
Yeah,
there's a deeper root. Okay, a deeper need for emotional closeness or connection.
Yep, and those all comes what you've been involved party inside the duties of the house, inside and outside of the house.
The house.
So here's the thing, man. A lot of times it takes a real man to admit when he needs a little pushing. Sometimes, men, sometimes we can be a little slow on about things that our woman may need done around the house. So the best way to handle that is to ask your partner, is there anything I need from you? So therefore you taking it off you, and you like, well, you didn't tell me. Then you can say, well, you didn't tell me you needed it. So in my fact, you can make it an open question. So it's anytime, baby, if anything you need from me, just let me know. Sometimes I don't see it, so let me know if there's something I'm missing, so you won't be neglecting, feel like you're doing all the work. Sometimes you got to tell your partner, us men, what we need to do to help you out. Because if they say closed mouth does not get fed. So sometimes you don't say nothing, ain't nothing gonna be done. Ain't nobody gonna create work for themselves. So if you don't say nothing, a lot of times things won't be done. So learn how to communicate, women.
And here's the truth behind nagging. Nagging, it's not an attack. It's a signal. Your spouse wants reassurance, effort, or just to be seen. And the stats show that average couples have 3 recurring arguments a week about chores, about communication, and about their unmet needs.
And the crazy thing is, these arguments are preventable arguments. That's the crazy thing is, if there's something you can prevent, then that means it's only wise to get the right skills and training you need to prevent those arguments that will come. Like chores, why would you want to end why would you let your whole marriage go down the drain? Years that you invested, all because you guys can't communicate about chores. I think that's pretty petty and kitty.
It is. That's why
petty and kitty.
I'm gonna say that's why your butt got kicked out the house. That's why your mama put you out. She got tired of telling you do this, do that more than 3-4 times a week.
Yeah, and I thank God our relationship has not. We don't really, or we don't argue about chores, hardly none. Maybe once in a blue moon or something, but very early do we argue about chores, and it's probably the dynamics that we kind of work together on cleaning a lot of the times.
I'm gonna say, what blue moon do we argue?
I mean, like I said, maybe once a year we'll find a little something. We'll find a little something. But if you said you address the problem in a rightful way without criticizing it, and a criticism, and contempt, then your partner will
address it with gratitude.
Sweeping the floor of my basement, cleaning up, making up the bed, sweeping the floor. I said, "Hey, you got to sweep the floor right. You got the bed right. All right, let's get it work. Sweep the bathroom." And bam, if you say it right, then all of a sudden you find out your partner is habit stacking on the chores or the tasks that you gave them to do. And that's the name of the game. The most important thing is the habit stack. Don't let your partner tell you something else so you forget that and you pick up the new thing that she told you, you neglect the old thing. The name of the game is adults. We grow and we mature and we get wiser and we got a habit stack with it. Because recurring arguments should not be the thing that hinders your relationship from growth and connection.
Yeah, we grown now. Shouldn't be reoccurring arguments over the same thing, you know.
Yeah, because here's the thing, marriage is a partnership, and both parties need to contribute to the household tax.
Mm-hmm. The slide, see the slide, highlights the common stereotypes that men struggle with domestic chores like doing the dishes. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really think men struggle with it. I just think that they didn't have to do it when they were growing up.
And I do think that's a lot of things, and that's why it's so pivotal that women you got to kind of put a man in. I mean, certain things like a man won't do, like he might not wash dishes, but he can dry them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He might not wash dishes, but he can put them up, because sometimes, you know, them dishes, you put the dishes in the dish rack, they be sitting there for weeks. You be like, baby, can you put up the dishes? Sometimes, like I said, we got to open our mouth, because a closed mouth does not get fed.
Yeah. As you can see, the image again, a couple was happy doing dishes together. That lets you know, and it reinforces the idea that marriage is a team effort.
And you can make it fun and exciting. You know, we explained it in our little mini course too. But I know if a man can build a barbecue grill, he can build a truck, he can fix on his car, do all this. I know men possess the power
They can wash your dish
to do the household chore. Anything your wife asks you to do around the house, I know that the average man possesses the power to do it. Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, he might need to learn how to do it more effectively, but I know they have the power to do it.
And vice versa. A woman ain't no chop suey.
Yeah.
A woman can do some things that men can do too, sometimes even better.
Yeah.
So, you know, we can take some of the work off of him too.
Yeah.
You know.
And like we said in the last video, you never know
gender roles,
what your partner has been doing, what kind of cleaning your partner's been doing growing up. You don't know how they grow up. It's be good to ask, but you don't know how they grow up or what they know or don't know. So sometimes I don't know how to do it. They might not know how to do it. So be sure that, but here's the thing, ignorance is no excuse. You can learn. Mm-hmm. If that's what it's going to take to make a happy house, then you can learn to do things that make the house happy.
Yeah, the key message here is that both parties need to be willing to pitch in and share the responsibilities and run that household, that house.
Yes, yes.
Now, research shows that couple therapy focused on communication skills can reduce nagging patterns by 65%.
And couples who learn to recognize demand, meaning if you're attentive, if your partner does not have to tell you everything, you're just aware person. Attentiveness is a good skill. Matter of fact, I think it's the most important skill that you need to have in a relationship, because that will help you see, be open, and you just really being present. Attentiveness is really being present. So I can come in the house, I can see that the trash need coming out, taking it. I come in the house, I can see that my wife ain't washed the dishes yet, and it's like 7, 8 o'clock. Why not take some time to do it? I know I just got off work, but sometimes I can see things. And a lot of times you can do the things before somebody have to tell you to do the things, because then it looks like control. Then it looks like somebody's being your mama, your daddy, and they have to tell you to do things. When I know you saw all them stuff. Mm-hmm. And maybe if they say, I was going to get to it. Okay, we know you're going to get to it. That ain't like you didn't see it. Yeah. So if you can recognize demand when the withdrawal patterns start to show up, you can improve your relationship by 40%.
Yeah, and recognition is, again, just awareness.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the first part. You got to be aware to be able to change. Prevent a lot of problems. Yeah. So addressing these patterns early on can prevent relationship deterioration.
Yep. So what that means is, like I said, address the problem, man. Mm-hmm. Talk, communicate, get the skills you need to effectively communicate your needs and wants inside the relationship, so these patterns won't grow inside your relationship and become conflicts that you can no longer avoid. Yeah. And it does not mess up your intimate and emotional connection that you guys are trying to build inside the relationship.
Yeah, the key is just knowing that nagging is often just a bid for connection. When couples see it like that, they can then transform the dynamics from conflict to collaboration. Now we're communicating.
Yeah.
We ain't in so much conflict.
Yep.
And I know we talk a lot about the research, but this is like our lives too. Like we live this.
Yeah.
Here are 7 ways to get help without the nagging.
Yep. Proverbs 21:9 says, teaches us, it is better to live on the corner of the roof than to share a house with a quarrelsome, a nagging wife.
My.
It is better to live on the corner of the house of the roof than to share a house with a nagging wife. The Bible says that. You know, the Bible normally says turn the other cheek. So the Bible say they'd rather get smacked by a person.
That's the Old Testament.
They'd rather get smacked by a person than be being nagged by a person. That's crazy. They'd rather be smacked but as you see, they say
nagging will make you, if you ain't in the right mind frame, if you ain't, recognizing things and aware of what's going on, then a person just nagging, you're not gonna catch, the bid for connection. You just like, oh my gosh, if she say something else, if he say something else, it's gonna turn into a whole nother thing. It's gonna be worse than the smack on the cheek.
Yeah, and they say it's just up there with cheating and everything else.
So I can see that. I can see that because a nagging person can drag a person out to cheat.
Yeah. Because you start to nag and you're like, I want this. I want you to do this. You did help her out around the house.
Or get out.
And a person that's conflict avoiding, they're just going to leave out the house.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they leaving out the house. They talking about they spend out of their mama house and they out there cheating somewhere.
Yeah.
So nagging forces.
Know what a person, it's another podcast. You never know what your husband or your wife went through that day at work or anything. Yeah. They could have had that time where they so-called, quote unquote, job wife or job husband was really hitting on them hard or something, and they got that thought like, oh man, it ain't working out at home. So maybe I go see him. So that might be the day that they come home and you push them on away. So you definitely got
a lot of times nagging is the thing that forces a man out. A lot of times women, you force a man out the door, he's going out, he's mad, and it's because you done start nagging him, y'all done got the altercation, now he's leaving out the house and he's going to cheat. And that comes from nagging, not knowing how to get what you want or get what you need from your partner, and you do it in a nagging way. I need you to be home. I want you to be here with me. All this and all that. A lot of times come not just from like we said, not just from chores or things that your partner need around the house, but also more importantly from they just want to spend time with you.
Yeah.
They just want to spend time, and it's gonna come. A lot of times they don't know how to communicate that. It's gonna come off with nagging.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give you 7 ways to help you without the nagging.
Right. And number 1 is you want to acknowledge, again, show gratitude, acknowledge and appreciate what he does. Like we said before, even if you got a complaint, even if you got some correction that you want to give out, acknowledge him first. Appreciate him first. Show some gratitude to him or her first.
Even small things like taking out the trash, or even the person offering, baby, do you need some help? You say, no, baby, thanks for asking, but no, I got it. You know what I'm saying? But don't do that too much because, like I said, if you start saying you got it, then the person is going to assume that you always have it. So be sure to ask for help if you need help.
Yeah, but start by noticing and thanking.
Yeah,
for the help that you're already getting.
Yeah, because gratitude shifts the focus from what you're missing to what's working.
Yeah.
And when that focus is shifted, then the ice breaks and the person feels appreciated and often motivated to do more to help you out.
Yeah.
When they feel appreciated, when the little work they do feels unvain, they're like, man, I ain't know to take out your ass. So make them feel, especially for men, men really they thrive off compliments and saying they doing good. So the more you can do that, the softness of the heart opens a man up to doing more.
Yeah. You don't want to complain about what he done.
Yeah.
He just took out that little trash. You took out that little trash. You ain't do that, appreciate
you ain't do that. Yeah, you ain't do nothing else.
Right. All right. So number 2, communicate clearly that you need that help. Don't assume he knows what you already overwhelmed by. He might think you got everything under control. Ask for help directly, but in a positive way. For an example, you want to say things like, "Could you take care of this one? Take care of this thing for me today."
It will help me. It really helped me out.
Yeah, avoid the blame, avoid the criticism. Focus on that teamwork and that shared responsibility.
Yeah.
Ain't no I and we, okay?
Yep. And number 3, give him a chance to step up. Like you said, sometimes you got to give men tasks to do.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, yeah, baby, I love you to knock out the trash. I love you to clean the bathroom this week. I love you to, I'm going to wash the clothes. You dry the clothes. You know what I'm saying? Certain dynamics to get him involved in the thing. And sometimes you might have a man that say, no, I don't want to do that. I do this. But if you guys, in the economy we live in now, both people be working. So give your partner tasks to do so he can take the burden off you. Because like we said, closed mouth does not get fed. And
Yeah.
when you ask for the help, accept the help when it's offered. Sometimes they might automatically do it. So accept the help when it's offered. Don't automatically say, no, I got it. Sometimes you might have it, say, yeah, man, I'll take your help, just so you can get them the process of helping out. You know what I'm saying? We want to get the process going, and little things is practice for the big things. So just getting the process, say, instead of you guys say, yeah, I will take the help. Yeah, you can actually help me out, baby. And give them a chance to do so they can get involved helping you out around the house.
Yeah, but make sure you're not asking him as if he's some kind of child.
Yeah.
Like putting things on him like, do this, do that, do it like a child. Talk to him like a man.
Because allowing him to participate helps him build confidence and partnership. Sometimes you got to show men how to be in partnership with a woman. And you got to show him that you're not his mama. We're partners. You're not my daddy. We're partners. And learning to delegate teaches trust, and it creates balance inside the relationship.
Number 4, you want to be patient. Let him do things his way. All right, so resist the urge to redo or fix how he completes the task. His approach might be different from yours, not wrong. And we just did a podcast on this as well.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Sometimes you got to let him make the mistakes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to let him do things his way.
And again, gratitude first. Gratitude before correction. Gratitude's open the door for correction.
Yeah.
Okay, so accepting his methods builds respect and makes him more likely to help again.
Yeah. And if you don't respect his methods, then you're gonna erode trust, and he's gonna feel disrespected, and he's more than likely gonna fall back on doing tasks around the house.
Yeah, because you're also breaking his confidence.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's feeling like you're never appreciative no matter what he do.
Yeah. Number 5, teach and encourage when needed. Like we said, sometimes you have to show somebody how to do things properly. Everybody was not raised up cleaning up. Everybody was not raised up to be self-sufficient. And that's what this all boils down to, somebody being self-sufficient. And everybody wasn't raised like that. Somebody was raised where their mom was doing everything for them. Somebody was raised where their parents or their grandma was doing everything for them. So they didn't really have to be independent on their own to learn how to do the daily things that need to function around the house, like cooking, cleaning, folding their own clothes and stuff. A lot of people wasn't raised up doing that, and you never know until you ask. That's why communication opens up the door for growth.
Yeah, and quite frankly, they're not you.
Yeah.
So they're never gonna do the thing 100% of the way you want it done, but you can show them.
Yeah.
How you like it done, so that they know how you like it.
Yeah. So I say number 5, teach and encourage him when needed. Mm-hmm. If he avoids certain tasks because he does not know how, offer gentle instructions or clarification. Be supportive. Be supportive.
And collaborative.
Yeah.
Don't be critical.
No.
Teaching creates confidence and strengthens teamwork.
Yeah. Teacher, yeah. Sometimes you got to be the teacher. You got to go in teacher mode.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, don't expect perfection.
Yeah.
Perfection kills a relationship.
Yeah.
If you want a perfect relationship, you might as well not even have one. Yeah. So don't expect perfection.
Focus on partnership instead. There is no right way to manage the home. Let go of the idea that your method is the only one that works. And focus on building a shared sense of responsibility, not control.
Yeah, because when control comes to a relationship, somebody feels like you're their mama or you their daddy.
Mm-hmm. All right, steps to turn nagging into connection.
Well, this is actually number 7.
Yes.
Is stop being defensive.
Hmm.
Focus on swapping your defensiveness for data when communicating with your partner. What that means, you need to, instead of get defensive, get curious. Ask questions, how you can help you out. What can I do to help you out? Ask questions, because defensiveness is a childish response. So don't get defensive. Ask questions so you can bridge the connection versus burning the connection which you and your partner have or trying to build in your relationship. Ask your partner if there's something I'm missing or something that you can do more. Constructive dialogue is what you need to have.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, 6 out of 10 couples say small chores become big fights. So just avoiding these small chores, just being able to navigate through these small daily chores that need to go around the house will help you avoid a lot of chaos in your relationship. Will help you avoid a lot of nagging in your relationship. Will help you avoid a lot of disconnect inside your relationship. So what does that mean?
Moving away from defensiveness and towards gathering more information from your partner. That's what that means.
Simple as that. Don't get defensive. Collect some data.
Yep. And that defensiveness is one I'm working on.
Yeah.
I always got to put myself in it. Because, I mean, you know.
And I think defensiveness for a lot of people, it comes from people who was stay with their parents and they had to lie and they had to sneak and they had to be deceptive. And you hard to accept criticism coming from somebody.
So what you saying? I lied, I snuck.
Yeah. For most people, yeah, that's what. Yeah. If you stay with, I didn't stay with mama, so I ain't have to do that. I did what I want. So I ain't have to do all that sneaking. I have to do that lying. I have to do it. No, I didn't do it. I barely said that. I did it. So I mean, if you grew up with that defensiveness in your life. But here's the thing: this image right here represents two couples working together, cleaning, organizing their home with a smile on their face. They're happy. When your teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, when people truly help each other, it strengthens the love and connection between them. When the help is real, the love grows. It then helps you have a meaningful, genuine relationship.
Yeah. This right here can foster a deeper bond and greater sense of partnership, not individuals inside a relationship. Not a mama-son relationship, not a daddy-daughter relationship. And we know this for a fact. As a relational coach, as a husband, we've learned this a long time ago. When your partner asks for you to help out around the house, she's nagging, she's in need. So don't take it personal or respond with defensiveness. Respond with action and maybe a little humor will help you out a whole lot better than being defensive.
All right, visionaries, that's all we have. Remember, love isn't just words. Sometimes it's late night deep talks, quick hugs, or holding hands in hard seasons.
Yep.
Don't wait for a nag to wake up your partner's needs.
And here's the challenge we got for you. Next time your spouse is asked for something, even if it's the third time, respond with passion, not defensiveness, and you just might answer their silent prayer.
And remember, love is a vision. You live out loud.
You live out loud. So, visionaries, we hope you learn a lot.
Yes. We want you to drop your best nag turn need stories in the comments. Ladies, what's one thing you wish your man would do before he had to ask twice? And fellas, how do you like being reminded? Do you need a chore chart or just a handwritten love note taped on the remote? Put that in the comments.
And remember, marriage isn't about being right. It's about being real. Less nagging, more noticing. And if you need help, we got coaching tools to help you out. We got a mini course. You can visit the link below and check out our free mini course at loverscoaching.com/love.
And remember, again, nobody wins if you keep in score. Let that go, boo-boo. And let's keep building.
Yep. They had vision, and together they built the life that they love.
Go build.